So automatically, if that happens, it means the system is not working with this type of players. So if I was the coach, I would try to change the system. Not saying the system is the problem, but maybe the system is not working. Happen. I would say they should go in for Jose Mourinho. Jose Mourinho is there. When he was at Manchester United, a lot of people were in this camp of saying it's the coach's fault. But now we've come to realize that short video. So if you're someone who doesn't have time in their hands, please just subscribe to this channel, put the notification bell. You won't be left out. Just once a week. I know there's a Hello, Uniteduncle here. In this video, we're going to talk about a lot of things which involve Manchester United. We're going to talk about the coach, the system, pressure, the players, media, other teams, a lot. Who's capable of replacing Amorim if he's fired? So just give me a bit of your time. I've been doing videos. Sometimes I do every day. Sometimes I do 3 times a week. I do short form videos. But I've decided, due to the recent form of our team, and also the views are not going up, I've decided I'm going to do 1 video per week, which might be a bit long for my liking, because mostly per average, I do at least 10 minutes or below. So I'm going to do 1 video per week, which will come out on a Tuesday around 6 p.m. It just depends when it uploads. Today I was supposed to upload at 6 p.m. So I don't know when it's going to finish because I'm having a bit of a challenge. But every Tuesday, you are guaranteed to get 1 video for Manchester United. I'll spend the whole week digesting, checking the results, checking the latest news, all the hot takes, and I'll put everything in 1 video. I'll listen to your big YouTubers, to the media, the coaches, watch the game. Then I put everything in 1 short video. So if you're someone who doesn't have time in their hands, please just subscribe to this channel, put the notification bell. You won't be left out. Just once a week. I know there's a lot. The setup might be not what you expect. The sound is not to the quality which you want. But believe you me, the information is of high quality. As you see on the thumbnail, there's this thing about Amorim out, Jose in. So this is according to me. With the recent pressure which is there on the coach, with the poor results, we also ineos at the Etihad, the ineos owner, Sir Radcliffe, Alex Ferguson, Omar Barada, Jason Wilcox, you saw their faces. You saw that they are not happy. Either they are regretting with the decision of appointing Ruben Amorim, or they are regretting with their decision of not getting a midfielder, or it's about the goalkeeper not getting a proper goalkeeper on time. Either way, you could see that these guys are regretting. So you won't be shocked. With more pressure, the media is working all night, all day, every week to say Ruben out, Ruben Amorim should be fired. So you won't be shocked that that thing can happen. But what is my ideal coach if that can happen? I would say they should go in for Jose Mourinho. Jose Mourinho is there. When he was at Manchester United, a lot of people were in this camp of saying it's the coach's fault. But now we've come to realize that there are bigger things at Manchester United which are happening, which is beyond the coach himself. Either from the ownership to the hierarchy above the coach, or the players downing tools because they know they've got support on their side. They've got the media on their side. They've got the pundits, ex-players on their side. So they can easily down tools. And who's going to be blamed is the coach. I'm not one of those who's saying Amorim should be fired. But if that happens, my choice is Jose Mourinho. Drop a comment if you think I'm talking nonsense. Jose Mourinho can make a good job out of the players we've got now. You've got the character. It didn't work out first time, but there is no problem in trying again. We've seen coaches reappointing coaches. We've seen teams reappointing coaches which they fired before. It won't be a problem in getting Jose Mourinho. People are talking about Areola, Bournemouth, they're talking of De Zerbi, they're talking of Zidane, Xavi, all sort of names. Me, I don't think we need those flamboyant young coaches. We need experience, tried and tested if we're going to sack Amorim. I'm not saying Amorim should be sacked, but I'm saying eventually if that happened, we need an experienced coach, form of Jose Mourinho, Diego Simeone, Inzaghi, Conte, Ancelotti, those type of managers. We've been there. We don't need a young coach anymore if Amorim goes, because it shows that the media, they make a living in attacking these young coaches. I don't know. What's your take? Drop a comment if you think I've got a point or I'm talking what you don't like. Anything. Your comments are welcome. They talk about the system. The system is designed for the team to be difficult to beat. The team should be compact. We've got a lot of defenders. That's the main purpose of the system. The system is designed for us to be difficult to beat. But now what's happening? We're conceding a lot. We don't have the right players in midfield. So, automatically, if that happens, it means the system is not working with this type of players. So, if I was the coach, I would try to change the system. Not saying the system is the problem, but maybe the system is not working with the type of players we've got. We don't need a lot of defenders because we are just conceding a lot. We need to stack in midfield. That's my take. A pivot of Casemiro and Ugarte. Then you play maybe Bruno or Mainoo. Make it a 3. Or you can make it a 4. Casemiro, Ugarte, Bruno, Mainoo as a midfield. Then maybe 2 or so in front. Play around with the system. Because at most, there's always a defender who's not doing anything. And most of these people, most of our players, they don't understand what's happening when it comes to this system. So, if it was me, hopefully Ruben Amorim will understand that the system is not the problem. But the problem is that this system is not suiting the type of players we've got. Because we lack athletes and we lack the right player in midfield. I don't know. What's your take on this one? If you talk of the midfield, let's talk of the midfield in general. Casemiro, Ugarte, Bruno, Mainoo, Mount. Can you compare this midfield with the cool midfield of Arsenal? Can you compare this midfield with the midfield of Tottenham? The midfield of Liverpool? The midfield of Chelsea? Brighton? Then the best of all the midfield, which I say is the best midfield in the Premier League, Newcastle. Can you compare our midfield with Joelinton, Tonali, Bruno Guimaraes? Can you compare that? So sometimes we need to accept that we don't have the right players. It's just players are wearing a Manchester United badge, but they are not of that quality as compared to other teams. What do you say about that one? The other thing, I blame ineos, the board, whoever came up with this fantastic idea that we don't need a midfielder. It's now 2 seasons. We've been crying for a perfect midfielder. We've been crying for an athlete in midfield. But guess what? We didn't manage to do it. I know the plan was to get attacking players. We did that. It's a good thing. Then a midfielder and a goalkeeper. But the funds for the midfielder and the goalkeeper will be funded by sales. We couldn't manage to sell our players because also the players which we wanted to get rid of, they were playing hardball. So we didn't have the funds. So on that part I can understand. But it's now affecting us because we came into the season not prepared. We came into the season not prepared. Then let's just address the elephant in the room. Bruno Fernandes, the captain. Bruno is one of the best, if not the best, attacking midfielders, or number 10 in the Premier League. The creations, the goals, all things you can think of. But what's happening now? Since we bought 2 number 10s, we've made him a defensive midfielder. We're taking away his creative spark. So, trying to accommodate Bruno in the team, in a way, is becoming a negative to us. It's becoming a negative to us. Because we are taking away his creativity. We are taking away his goal threat and putting him in a defensive setup. It's not only happening to Bruno, it's happening even to Amad. Amad is more dangerous going up, not in chasing people. So we are not playing up to the strength of these people. The coach need to tweak around. I know he's stubborn, he say I won't change, I won't what, but coaches, they adapt. I don't want to put everything on Amorim, but coaches, they do adapt. When you see that things are not working, just play around with the formation. We've seen Pep playing even 4 defenders straight, 4 centre backs in the back 4, taking out the wingers. We've seen John Stones coming into midfield. There's a lot which Pep play around with, but it seems our coach, I don't know. Whatever happens, I don't mind. If they can get rid of him, if he's still there, whatever happens, I don't mind. Then we've seen also Sesko. It seems he's not ready. He's not ready. He has said himself that I'm not ready. This league is difficult. It's more physical, more speed. So whose decision was it to go for a striker who's not ready, when we could go for strikers which are ready? Whose decision was it to get rid of Rasmus, especially when we went with him to pre-season? There's something which happened on that decision. One day we'll be told. Because we all knew that people who are going to be sold, they were not going to America for the pre-season tour. We saw the players which were left behind. But we went with Rasmus. We played very well with Rasmus in the team. From Norway, we're hearing that Rasmus is going. Who came up with that decision that Rasmus is going? Is it because Rasmus knows that we are buying Sesko, so he thought that he's not going to get game time? Or it was the decision of the board? Who came up with that fantastic idea that Rasmus should go? He scored already. Me, I continue to say it. If you can give Rasmus service, you will score. You will see what he's going to do in Italy. From now, Rasmus is going to be a good player. And unfortunately, we put an obligation to sell him. We need the money, but sometimes players are more important than the money. The goalkeeper also is not ready. Whose decision was it to get a goalkeeper who's not ready to play when we need points now? This project, 2028, whatever, we're going to win the league in 3-4 years. We need points now. Whose decision was it to go for an inexperienced goalkeeper when Emi Martinez was there? You saw the match for Aston Villa. Emi Martinez was a man of the match. You saw the difference between Trafford and Donnarumma. Instant upgrade. He saved that team. We were supposed to score a couple of goals, but if it was not the brilliance of Donnarumma, our goalkeeper is not even ready. I like Bandia. He seems a good guy. He can't even make it into the Turkey national team. He's not the first choice. He has played I don't know how many matches for us. I don't remember him saving goals, saving that Bandia saved something. He only saved the normal ones, which he's supposed to save. Only the Arsenal FA Cup win last time, which he did well. But I don't remember him doing outstanding things, extraordinary things that we can go home saying that Ate Bandia was on top of his game. So those are decisions which are, if you combine all those decisions, they are affecting our team. Then we go on pressure. Media pressure. Every day, Amorim out. The players are useless. The system, this and that. You are not allowed to celebrate. You remember, last minute win against Burnley. Mainoo celebrated because it was pressure. It was a certain relief that at least we managed to win this game. People were attacked for doing that. The players were attacked by the media, the pundits. Why do you celebrate like that? Guess what? Liverpool won against the same team, Burnley, in the last minute with a penalty from Mo Salah. Did you see them celebrate? Check. But believe you me, you won't hear anyone talking about it. That it's shameful. Why do you celebrate against Burnley? Whatever. There are some decisions which are reserved for Manchester United. Some criticism which are only reserved for Manchester United. But when it comes to other teams, when it comes to other players, they'll let it go. Tell me what you think about that. We talked about Bruno. Why is it that he's supposed to start every day? I had the same issue in the last days of De Gea. There's no one who's supposed to have a birth-given right that is supposed to start every day. If you are not performing, go on the bench. If you are not performing, you are allowed to be substituted. This thing that Bruno plays every minute, even the day he's not playing well, is going to be one of the reasons why Amorim is going to get fired. But the pressure is on Bruno. Other players also, they see it. Why this one doesn't get substituted? They talk about it behind closed doors. Why this one doesn't get substituted? What's your take on that Bruno issue? People talk of Mainoo. He came in, he had more touches, blah, 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 blah. But he came in on the right time. City were no longer chasing a win. They were protecting a lead. So if you are protecting a lead, they retreated. They were more a defensive side. So if you are more defensive, it means eventually the attacking team will have more of the ball. That's when we see Mainoo had more touches. If he had come in the first half, when City were chasing the game, it was going to be different statistics. So me, I'm not here to say about which player is playing, which one should come in and what. It's about the whole system in general. The whole system in general. That's what I'm here for. We need a compact midfield. We need more numbers in midfield. We need to play players in their preferred position. I'm not here to say who should play, who should not play. No, that's not my cup of tea. I'm not here to criticize. I like these players. I like the team. But there are certain things which are supposed to be done. Certain tweaks which the coach is supposed to do. Then we've got this thing about the unlucky fixture. The fixture, Arsenal, Man City, Chelsea, Liverpool, in the first 8 games. How unlucky can you be? It's just a fixture which was put to get someone sacked. I know there's computer generation and what, but if you're unlucky, you're unlucky. It came out that way. That way, the difficult fixture list. And matches which in a normal world, people are okay that, yeah, it's City are better than us. Arsenal is better than us. Liverpool is better than us. We can be defeated by those teams. But now, because we're under pressure, we're not supposed to lose any game. So it's going to come at a cost. It's not an abnormal thing to lose against Arsenal 1-0. It's not abnormal to lose against Man City at the Etihad. We've witnessed bigger defeats. Even the so-called legends who are now pundits, they've lost to bigger margins against these teams. It's not something which is unusual. But now, because Amorim is under pressure, he's not supposed to be defeated by any team. That's the other part. You saw what happened with Ten Hag last season, the fixtures in the Europa League. The first 8 matches, the 3 teams which were very difficult, that's Atletico, it was Porto, it was Fenerbahce. The first 3 matches, the difficult ones, Ten Hag played those matches and he drew 3. And it also cost him the job that he hasn't won in Europe. Then Ten Hag came, he won the last 5. So sometimes the fixtures, they can be against you. Like now, they're against Amorim. Whether you sack him, you bring another coach, but eventually the coach which is going to come is going to come on more favorable fixtures. You see what I'm saying? So sometimes the fixtures are not on your side. Like what's happening now. It's just unlucky. Then, there's also this thing about the hierarchy at Manchester United. Omar Barada was a COO, Chief Operating Officer. Then he got hired to be the CEO, Chief Executive Officer. Jason Wilcox was a football director at Southampton. Then he was hired to be the technical director here at Manchester. Recently he's been upgraded. Dan Ashworth was a football director at Newcastle. Then he came to Manchester United to be the football director. So on those 3, the person who was employed to do the job he was doing previously at the previous club is the one who's been sacked. But those who have to change their jobs, they are still there. We can go on even to Favel. There's a lot of people who are being shifted from year to year to there, what. So there's a lot of things which are happening at Manchester United, which us fans, especially those who are far, who don't have access to these press conferences, who don't have preview of what's happening at Old Trafford or Carrington. There's a lot of things which are happening at Manchester, which we might not be even aware of. Then The last point is about, even if we can change the system, even we can play 4-3-3, we can play what. We've played all the systems. Moyes, Van Gaal, Jose Mourinho, Ranić, all these previous coaches, we've played in these systems. But even now, even if we can change the system, can we say our first 11 is better than City? Is it better than Arsenal? Is it better than Liverpool, Chelsea, Newcastle, Tottenham? Let's bring in Brighton, Brentford, Bournemouth. Is our team better than these teams? So eventually we're almost on 10 teams. So what is the realistic view of our team? I believe we are working like what Bruno said in his press conference, that we are using history too much. What we did then, we used to do what, Let's face reality. Do we have better players than the teams which we are facing? Let's face that reality. I don't think most of our players are that outstanding that it's a God-given right that Manchester United should win every match. That's my honest view. I think we need to wake up. We need to take the reality as it is. Let's not be in dreamland. Let's not be in a fantasy world that Manchester United should make it. I don't think we've got outstanding players which are better than some of these teams. I think we are capable to be in the top 10, if not number 10, number 9 or so. That's what I think. At best, our team is like a number 9, number 10, 8 there. We are not a team which is supposed to be number 17, 20 down there. No, we are capable of going to the top 10, but we are not yet capable of challenging for a top 6, for a top 4. We still need to invest more in midfield, and we still need to see if this goalkeeper is good as they say he is. Don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to comment. Share this video. It just comes once a week. This is Uniteduncle. I thank you.